working our inversions from an upright standing position can be incredibly useful because we can hone our awareness to the mechanism and the details involved before we put ourselves in the compromised weight-bearing position. Okay. Tadasana, mountain pose, is the blueprint for all of this. So first step, find your feet how you like them. That's either hip distance or closer. Okay. Activate the feet, spreading the toes wide. And let the inner arches lift and bring your awareness back to that lift up from behind the heart. If you might remember that opening that we created in the very beginning with embracing the heart. Okay, letting the shoulders roll back and down. And what tends to happen now is this low back tends to get compromised. So just a little bit of awareness to dropping the tailbone slightly. And then find that placement of the head where it feels light. Okay, remember, we're trying to find ease in these muscles in the back of the neck. And when it's always thrown forward, they're in a continual state of weak grip. So letting that head and neck draw up and back. Nice. Once this alignment has been established, tune the arms along your sides just like we did when we were lying on the bricks. And on an inhale, reach your fingertips forward and pause. Now find that same wrap in the shoulders that we've been playing. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and find this wrapping action in those outer deltoids. Okay, now maintain that little squeeze in the chest and the biceps. Remember 1950? Stretch up through the fingertips. Now you've got the shoulders rolling back and down, the outer arms wrapping, stretching up through the fingertips. Now that, for most of us, it tends to kind of throw you in a bit of a hood ornament shape. So tailbone descends. And soften the neck. And now let's see, notice the actioning in your arms. Turn the palms forward. Flex your palms. Press through the finger pads. Like instead of the heels of the palms, press through the finger pads. Feel the shoulders rolling back and down. Root through the heels. Soften the neck. Now you're in handstand. Downward facing tree. Adho Mukha Vrikshasana. It's just a little detail of turning you upside down. Okay, let's put the same action towards Sirsasana. Okay, turn your palms back up. Let your palms face towards each other. Inhale here. And as you exhale, let your elbows bend in front of you. Okay, now I've got the same action. Shoulders wrapping back and down. I'm squeezing my arms towards each other as if I have a brick between my hands, but they're not going anywhere. So I've got that little bicep engagement, chest engagement. Bring the hands together, keeping the elbows where they're at, fingertips interlace. Tuck the little pinky finger in for good measure. Little U shape there. And then slowly, keeping those shoulders wrapping back and down, start to stretch up through the triceps. Okay, let the hands find the back of the top of the head. And then feel the tailbone descend a little bit, because this is the temptation for most of you, most of us. Let the tailbone descend and press up through the forearms. Let yourself root through the feet and soften the back of the neck. So now you're in Sirsasana 1, headstand 1. There's just that little detail of turning you upside down, but notice how much work it is. Okay, nice. Inhale, release the arms up. Exhale, let the hands come behind you. Interlace the fingers. Now, what I like to do is sort of let the shoulders roll back and down. And instead of just blowing out my elbows lately, I'm keeping my elbows a little bent as I sort of stretch back. And I keep my palms apart lately because my temptation is to press my palms together and let my elbows hyperextend. So I keep those a little apart for my own balance check. Then let the knees bend, spill forward, chest finds the thighs, head dangles. Feel the arms reach up, out, over, and away from you. As you want to feel it more in the hamstrings, let the weight roll more forward into the balls of the feet, and let the sit bones lift. And then for the last couple of moments, thank you, Schiffman,
For this, just let the arms get heavy. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, let the hands come back to the hips. Release the hands towards the floor. Knees bend, chin into the chest. And slowly let it roll back up. Feel the belly. And feel the heart. And feel the shoulders roll back and down. Nice. Take a moment to pause. Okay, let's put those same actions just to make sure they're clear and because I think it's fun. Let's just look at that. That also applies to forearm stand, okay, and it also applies to Sirsasana 2. Let's do Sirsasana 2 first. Let me turn this way. Okay, so same idea. Let your arms come out in front of you. Find the wrap. This time, though, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, let your elbows bend. Okay, now what I like to do is tip my elbows back a little, scooch, and then tuck them under enough, just a bit, just because I like that feeling of the altar in the heart. Now that tends to make my back arch, so then I gotta drop the tailbone. Now let the elbows come in front of you. Turn the palms forward. With the palms facing forward, now flex your fingertips. Shoulders rolling back and down. I'm squeezing my elbows in, and I'm trying to find that spot where the hands are, lining up in line with the head as I root through the heels and I draw the tailbone down and I press up through the hands. Headstand 2. Now, can you see how this is also making its way towards forearm balance? So I'm going to turn my palms back up, squeezing my arms towards each other without really moving them. So that's the little 50s chest bicep feeling. Tailbone descend, and then stretch up through the triceps. And as I stretch up through the triceps and I press up through the forearms, I got to lift my heart. And as I lift my heart, I'm rolling the shoulders back and down. I'm trying to find that ease at the base of the skull. Pressing up through the forearms, lengthening down through the heels, tailbone descending. Nice. And now get your arms up. Exhale. Let the arms come back behind you. Interlace with the funky knuckle on top. Do what you need to do to make sure you're not blowing out your elbows. Inhale there. Exhale. Bend the knees. Chest finds the thighs. I like to reach the arms away from me. Shake my head out. And then roll all the way forward. Reach the arms up, out, and over. Like be active about it a little bit. And then get heavy. And allow the hands to come back to the hips. Release the hands to the floor. And dangle here in Uttanasana. Uttanasana is a fantastic preparation for going upside down. One, you're already upside down. Your head is below your heart. Your hips are above your heart. And so you've already got an inversion happening here. Okay? Two, if it's appropriate, you can use it to stretch your hamstrings, rolling the weight into the balls of the feet, drawing those hip bones up. And the hamstrings, flexibility in the hamstrings is somewhat useful when kicking up in towards either handstand, headstand, forearm balance. Okay? And three, you can really get a sense of your shoulders in the upside down position. So I'm going to turn so it might make more sense. I get a sense of, oh, my shoulders are dropping down around my ears. Oh, my shoulders are rolling up, back, and away. Dropping, rolling up, back, and away. Okay, so understanding that when you're upside down is incredibly useful. Okay, then eventually when you've cooked in that enough, chin into the chest. Let it roll all the way back up, feeling the belly and the heart and the throat and the face. Exhale. Okay. See you in the next clip, and we'll start to take this upside down.